So this is the XAUUSD analysis for Monday the 9th of July. Now let's just have a look at prices and where prices may likely go. So previously we had price come down towards this 1238, from which we did see strong bullish buy side momentum take us above the 1243 and 1251. We've had the retest of 1251. We had a breakdown from this, it was pretty close towards our 1260. We didn't quite have a retest of that 1251. Instead, what we did see was a bit of a consolidation here above the 200 period moving average, from which we've seen further bullish buy side impetus return to the market. And at present, we have seen a break of that 1263.15 and an interaction with the 400 period moving average. So if we can hold the 1263.15, we're looking for a move back up towards our 1270.10, successful break from which we're then looking for a move up towards our 1276.02, and if there is sufficient volatility to the upside in coming days or so, 1279.42 may just come into focus. If, however, on a retest of the 1263.15 we're not able to hold support, we're then looking for prices to return towards possibly this 200 period moving average, sitting slightly above the 1251.43 and around at 1253. But ultimately, a move from this 1263.15, we're looking for a move back down towards that 1251.43. Wouldn't expect prices to move much beyond the 1251.43, but if we did see sell side momentum take us beyond the 1251.43, we're then looking for price head down towards the 1243.13, which I'd expect to be far end of the range here to the downside on the XAUUSD. So what we'll do now is have a brief look here at the higher time frame, see how prices are developing. So over here on this monthly chart, we previously had a lows, a higher low still. We've pretty much tested those previous lows here. I'm just going to have a look to see where they are and to see how if we did actually break. So the lows that we were looking at were in around at 1236.37 from December 2017, and our actual lows this time around were actually in around that 1237. So in around give or take $1 or so. We've come pretty close, and we have seen some bullish buy side momentum return to the market. So for now, we'll see whether we can see that momentum follow through to the upside here, or whether it is a bit of a false dawn and we see a further breakdown in prices. More recently, over the past couple of months, we've had a strong breakdown in prices. Now, the previous month of June, we had a pretty strong close near our lows here on the XAUUSD. So a move to the upside is somewhat counter to the most recent trend, but overall it is in alignment with the overall trend, which has been to the upside here on the XAUUSD, despite the fact that we've had a few retracements here and there. We still remain slightly biased to the upside on this monthly chart here on the XAUUSD. Now let's just have a look at the weekly chart. And over on the weekly chart, pretty much something I point out every week, we do see the prices head towards that 400 period moving average, and we do see quite a bit of rejections off that 400 period moving average. More recently, our sell-off came after interacting with the 400 period moving average, and we saw the sell side momentum to bring us back down beyond even the trend that we had initially to the upside here on the XAUUSD. So we did have a bit of a trend here on the XAUUSD, went into a price contraction squeeze with that 400 period moving average reference, and what we did see was a breakout of this so I'm not sure what the chart pattern is called, but we did see a breakout of this chart pattern here to the downside, from which we have had prices come down towards pretty close towards these lows prior. And from there, we have seen the bullish buy side momentum return to the market. So we'll see whether we can see prices head up towards possibly that 1284, or whether we'll see a bit of a breakdown, another test of the 1236, and a further breakdown in prices, possibly down towards that 200 period moving average here, sitting in around at 1234, slightly below the 1236 and at 1238. So in around 1234, we've got the added confluence of a 200 period moving average here on this weekly chart, which we could potentially find support from. And let's just finally have a look here at the daily chart. And over here on this daily chart, we can see we pretty much came down towards our 1237, 1238. Found support, didn't quite get down towards our 1236.47, the level that I was looking at. And what we did instead see was the bullish buy side momentum come back into the market, retest of the 1251.43, did hold for an almost perfect test of that 1251.43, from which we have seen the bullish buy side momentum take us through the 1263.15. So again, we'll look to see whether it does hold, after which we're looking for a continuation here to the upside while being aware of the 400 period moving average. Next level of note, we did encounter resistance previously in around, well, we did find support in around 1284, so we'll see whether we do find resistance. But if we do break above that, the very next major level of note is at 1305, from which we did encounter quite a bit of resistance and had this consolidation here on the XAUUSD. And with that said, that pretty much wraps up the XAUUSD analysis. Thanks for watching.